you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz, where the aim of the game is to find the most obscure answer possible. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hello, my name's Sarah. This is Russell. We're married and live in South East London.
Couple number two.
Hello, my name's Jan. This is my dad, Ian, and we live in Northampton.
Couple number three.
Hello, my name's Eddie. This is my brother Jared, and we're from Belfast.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, my name's Zena. This is my good friend Jackie, and we're from Cockermouth in Cumbria.
And these are today's contestants. Thank you very much, all of you. Very warm welcome to the show. Lovely to have you here. That just leaves one more person for me to introduce, the wise old owl to my scratty Trafalgar Square pigeon. It's my pointless friend, it's Richard.
Hiya. Hey, everybody. Good afternoon to you.
And to you.
Two returning pairs, Sarah and Russell, are back. Got through to the head-to-head last time. Last time, Russell was wearing a tie.
Yeah.
Today, still looks very smart, but it's not quite the same, is it?
Not quite the same. I tell you what I like, there's a sort of period look, though. That's a kind of vintage.
Oh, yeah, for
That's
sure.
a vintage casual.
Oh, yeah, no kidding. I mean, absolutely, it's something... Listen, you'll talk to him about it, but it'll be something classy.
Be sure I will.
I'm sure of that.
Yeah.
And welcome back as well, Eddie and Gerard. Knocked out in round one last time. Fingers crossed we see an awful lot more of you this time around. Now, a great jackpot round as well last time. So we saw Sarah and Russell knocked out by Mira and Jaff, who were terrific. It was a great show last time, actually, the whole way through. Terrific performances. And they had a Premier League football question that both knew their football. They had an incorrect answer. They had a 2-point answer and a 1-point answer. That is 2 days in a row now we've had a 1-point answer in our jackpot round.
It's building, that jackpot.
It is.
Yep, Jaff and Mira didn't win it, so we're adding another £1,000 to it. So today's jackpot starts off at £5,250. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. Just remember at all times, it will be the pair with the highest score at the end of each round that will be eliminated. So you know what you have to do. Find those low scores if you can. Best of luck to all four pairs. Our first category today is pop music. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns songs that have been banned by the BBC. Well, that's very subversive of us.
Yeah, isn't it just? And for different reasons, of course. But we're going to show you 7 on each board, songs that have at some point been banned or censored by the BBC. We'll show you the year they first charted as well, but who had top 40 hits with these songs, please? 7 on the first board, 7 on the second board, 14 in all to have a go at home. But, yeah, I mean, I presume it's going to be very contentious.
I hope so. OK, let's have a look. Let's open Pandora's box, as it were, and see what we've got here. God Save the Queen, 1977. French Kiss, 1989. Space Oddity, 1969. Leader of the Pack, 1965. Walk Like an Egyptian, 1986. Lola, 1970. And Love to Love You, Baby, 1976. I'll read those all again. God Save the Queen, French Kiss, Space Oddity, Leader of the Pack, Walk Like an Egyptian, Lola, and Love to Love You, Baby. There we are. Who had hits with these banned songs? Russell, welcome back.
Hello.
That is a very strong look. I'm right in thinking there's a vintage look there, isn't there?
Yeah, it's repro. It's not actual vintage, but it's based on a 1940s pattern.
Do you know, I think you and Sarah kind of need the French Riviera behind you.
Oh, if only.
Do you know what I think?
Maybe if we win £1,000, £5,250, you might go there.
That would do it. Absolutely. Tell us all about yourself again, Russell.
So I'm a London tour guide, blue badge guide, show people around the town. And when I'm not doing that, I like to dance, do swing dancing, Balboa and Lindy Hop. Also do ballroom and Latin dancing, compete in that, in the same-sex competition.
You're quite good at it. I think you probably are.
When you start competing, you are competing against people who are equally good, and in most cases, better. So you think you're kind of OK, but then you realise that you're not that good.
I think the answer to the question is a yes.
OK, Russell, what are you going to go for here?
OK, know some of them. I think I'm going to go for the bottom one and Donna Summer.
OK, Donna Summer for Love to Love You, Baby. Let's see how many of our 100 people got Donna Summer. It is Donna Summer. There we are, 24. Well done, Russell. That's a great start to the round. 24 for Donna Summer.
Yeah, and that was banned because of it. It was sexually suggestive. And also, Donna Summer's surname was offensive to people who had hay fever.
And Donna, offensive to vegetarians.
There you go. So there's an awful lot going on there, wasn't there?
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Jan.
Hello.
Welcome, welcome. I love these autumnal colours here at this end of the line. Tell us all about yourself, Jan.
So I'm a marketing manager from Northampton. I've got 2 cats. It's not as sad as it sounds. I like to go out walking, sort of up mountains. I've been to Iceland, Cambodia, you know, music, that sort of stuff.
A broad curriculum. That's very, very impressive. Lots of lovely things there.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of for charity, so I like to test myself by going far-flung places and doing stupid things.
Good. Jan, how do you like our board here of band songs?
Not that much. So I know a couple, but I'm going to go for one that I used to sing quite a lot when I was younger, much to the annoyance of my family, and that would be Walk Like an Egyptian in the Bangles.
The Bangles, says Jan, for Walk Like an Egyptian. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. $60 for the Bangles. Not bad.
Yeah, that was banned. That was one of 67 songs that the BBC said they wouldn't play during the first Gulf War. Which goes to show quite how hard it is to run the BBC at any given time.
Yeah.
You're desperately thinking, is this going to offend someone? Or perhaps let's just not play it.
Thank you very much indeed. Eddie, welcome back.
Hello, thank you.
It was round 1 we had to say goodbye to you last time, but you were good. I don't know why I say that, but you struck me as good.
Jared was good, I was awful. I was terrible.
That's exactly right. Yeah, Jared, you were good. You were good. Eddie, remind us all about yourself.
I'm a civil servant. I work in an office back home. Just boring old office job.
You work in an office?
Whoa.
Yeah.
What the? And when you're not?
A wee bit more exciting. I like the blacksmith and blacksmither.
That's fun. Blacksmither. Talk us through some of the things you made as a blacksmith.
It started off just making pokers for the fire. They're fairly basic.
Everyone needs a poker.
Just a stick. Mostly nowadays I make knives, kitchen knives mostly.
That's interesting. So what do you have to use a special kind of steel, so tempered steel for that?
Yeah, it needs to be hardenable. You need to be able to make it hard so it can hold an edge.
Yeah. And you've got a big stone thing that you sharpened it on.
It's a bit more fancy. It's a belt, like a sander belt. Yeah.
Like a stroppy. Yeah, very good. This just gets more and more exciting.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if I take up blacksmithing one of these days. I think it's very exciting. Eddie, what are you going to go for?
Yeah, I know a couple of them. I think Lola was by the Kinks.
The Kinks, says Eddie, for Lola. Let's see how many of our 100 people said the Kinks. It is the Kinks. 60 the high score, 24 the low. You passed the high score. 34.
Now, that song was banned because it had the word Coca-Cola in its lyrics. And you're not allowed to have a commercial reference in lyrics. Ray Davis from the Kinks had to fly back from the US to re-record it. That's Cherry Cola is the version you hear on the radio. He had to fly back from a US tour to re-record it.
Wow. Thank you, Richard. Now then, Zena. I think you're our first ever Zena on the show. I think that's right. I'm going to stick my neck out and say that.
No, we've had Zenas before.
Oh, have we?
Yeah, you're like our 7th. Oh. Not really. But I couldn't swear that's our first Zena. We must have had a Zena.
Do you think? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Zena, tell us all about yourself.
Yeah, I'm a civil servant, and when I'm not at work, I love to do volunteering outside of work. So I help out at a local arts centre in Cockermouth as a duty manager, voluntary. And I also love going for walks. Cockermouth's really near to both the coast and the beautiful Lake District, of course.
Absolutely, yeah.
I like to take Jackie's 3 dogs out for walks.
Good dog, auntie.
Yeah.
Very nice. Are they all quite well behaved, the dogs?
Some better than others, yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't name and shame, obviously.
No, fair enough, fair enough. Zena, this board's all yours. Do you want to talk us through it and fill in the blanks?
Yeah, God Save the Queen is the Sex Pistols. French Kiss is Lil Louis. Space Oddity is David Bowie or Ziggy Stardust, it might be under. Leader of the Pack, I think, is the Shirelles. I'm going to go for French Kiss, Lil Louis.
Lil Louis, says Zena. Oh, Russell, you're nodding away at that. Let's see if it scored less than even your score of 24. But let's find Lil Louis. How many of our 100 people said that for French Kiss? Is right. 60 the high score, currently 24 the low score, and there's a new low score. Down goes to 8. Very well done indeed. Good work, Zena. 8 for Lil Louis.
Well played, Zena. Banned for the same reason as the Donna Summer song, Lil Louie. There's a lot of heavy breathing and such
yeah.
stuff. A lot of mentions of cockamouth in that song. So they just felt better safe than sorry, I think they thought.
Fair enough.
You took us to the board nicely there. God Save the Queen, you're quite right, was the Sex Pistols. 53 points for that. Now, Space Oddity was David Bowie. Would have scored you 70 points, and they wouldn't play it until the Apollo 11 mission had arrived back safely. Essentially, they thought it wasn't right to play it until they were safely back home.
Enough.
And Leader of the Pack, which was considered too morbid and also to encourage gang violence, and that was the Shangri-Las, and that would have scored 22. So, Zena, Lil Louie's best answer on the board. Well played.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, well, we're halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. 8, the best score of the past, Zena. Very well done to you. Then we travel up to 24, where we find Russell and Sarah. 34, where we find Eddie and Gerard. And then up to 60, Jan and Ian. So, Ian, there's going to be a banned song on that next board that I hope you know that's really obscure, that's going to keep you in the game. So good luck finding that. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? Whoops. You all right there, Russell?
Not really.
Do you want to take a load off?
Tight here.
I know it is. It is.
I mean,
it is.
what a ballroom dancer this guy is.
I did it very elegantly.
It was beautifully done. That was a kind of Lindy Hop move there, I think. OK, we're going to put 7 more banned songs up on the board, and here they are. Everybody Wants to Rule the World, 1985. When the Going Gets Tough, the Tough Get Going, 1986. Relax, 1984. Monster Mash, 1973. In the Air Tonight, 1981. Come Together, 1969. And My Generation, 1965. I'll read those all again. Everybody Wants to Rule the World, When the Going Gets Tough, the Tough Get Going. Relax, Monster Mash, In the Air Tonight, Come Together, and My Generation. There we are. Jackie, welcome. Welcome. Why don't you walk your 3 dogs?
I actually had both my hips replaced,
Oh,
so
God,
I
I'm so
actually
sorry.
had to.
Oh, I'm so
I had to
sorry.
call in some help.
Wow, that's... Listen.
It's just it was a little glitch. I am back to walking them myself.
OK,
but having,
God.
having 3 is actually like having.
Do you know what,
It's like
Xander?
having 3
Do you know what?
toddlers at home.
Shame on you.
I'm mortified. I am... Oh, God, I'm such a pro.
That's why I set off the security scanner on the way in.
Oh, excellent. Jackie, tell us all about yourself.
I'm a freelance consultant. I'm currently doing a lot of work with a local company that delivers hostile environment training and trauma first aid training to either journalists or humanitarian aid workers, either in UK or overseas.
I mean, does that training sort of take place in the Lake District up there, or all over the place?
I'm trying to persuade them that they actually need to start doing some training in the Lake District.
I think it'd be a great place, wouldn't it? Where do they otherwise do it? Some Brecon Beacons? Or...
Yes, a lot of it's down south, or we actually do a lot of training overseas as well for
Right.
different individuals in different countries.
Very good indeed, Jackie. Now, you're on 8. Amazing low score from Zena in the first pass. 51 or less gets you into the next round. What are you going to go for?
I am going to go for the bottom one, My Generation as The Who.
The Who, says Jackie. Here is your red line. Nice and high, actually, considering where we are in the game. Let's see how many of our 100 people went for The Who. It's right. Good. Ooh, that's good enough. 53. I think you've done enough to get yourselves into the next round. 61 is your total.
Yeah, well played, Jackie. Now, that was banned because he stutters in the lyrics, and they thought it would be offensive to people with a stutter.
Ah, really?
And again, that's something if that's the sort of decision that was made today, everyone would call us snowflakes and this, that, or the other. But, we've always been sensitive to all sorts of things.
Yeah. Thank you very much indeed. Richard. Now then, Gerard. Welcome back.
Thank you.
And look at that. Nice low score from Eddie in the first pass.
Thankfully, yeah.
There's a turn.
The pressure's on.
Gerard, remind us all about yourself.
So I'm a pharmacy technician, and when I'm not in the hospital, I would then play bass in a band. We're in Belfast.
Very good. How big's the band? How many pieces?
Tiny. It's like a couple of mates from teenagers, like sort of heavy metal, sort of. So yeah.
That's good. Do you play your own stuff or do you play covers?
A bit of both. But unfortunately, we're all a bit older now. There's kids, wives, and time to
Where do you rehearse?
Hiatus at the moment, but yeah.
Where do you rehearse?
Sort of like a sound studio, not far from us.
OK, well, that's quite nice. So you're not in someone's garage.
We're still going to make it.
You are going to make it. Listen. There we are. OK, now, Gerard, there you are. You're on 34. If you can score 26 or less, You're in.
Okay, there's a few I know, but I'm gonna go for the top one. Everyone wants to rule the world. Tears for Fears.
Tears for Fears, says Gerard, for Everyone Wants to Rule the World. There is your red line. How far down the column do we get with Tears for Fears? It's right. Well, 37. Takes your total up to 71.
That was bad because they thought it was offensive to people who didn't want to rule the world.
There are a couple, aren't there, out there somewhere?
Yeah, exactly. No, that was another one banned during the first Gulf War. That seems a bit tangential to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Anyway, there it is. It was banned.
There we are. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So, we come to you, Ian. Welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us all about yourself, Ian.
Retired computer consultant. Spend the first part of the day walking my 2 collie dogs. The rest of the day trying to avoid my wife giving me tasks to do.
I mean, what sort of tasks can these be?
Oh, they can be anything.
Just a hoovering job?
Trim a tree in the garden. I rarely hoover. I'm not very good at it.
I don't
It could be anything. Paint.
Paint?
Yeah, just do something.
What would you like to do if, when all the chores are done, Ian? What do you like to do?
Quite happy just going out walking the dogs.
Again?
Again, yeah.
Okay. Do they just get one walk a day?
No, they sometimes get 2. Depends on how.
Depends how
they're
many jobs
feeling.
there are.
They're getting older than me and got more arthritis than me, so I got to be careful with them, you know.
Okay, fair
But
enough.
we do stop halfway around for me to get a coffee at the cafe.
That's nice. That's nice. Ian, you're on 60.
Yeah.
We are looking for a score of 10 or less.
Yeah, I know.
Good luck. What are you going to go for?
I know a few of them. The one that I think might be lowest, I'll probably be totally wrong, is Come Together. John Lennon, Yoko Ono.
John Lennon and Yoko Ono for Come Together, says Ian. Here is your red line. Can you get below this red line with John Lennon and Yoko Ono? Is it right?
Oh.
I'm sorry, Ian. I'm sorry. That scores you 100 points. Takes your total up to 160.
It's okay. It saves her embarrassment.
Yeah, sorry, Ian. I'll give all the correct answers at the end of the pass. And since you're not busy, there is actually some hoovering we need doing. Just at the...
Is that a good hoover?
It's a branded name, yeah.
Okay, right.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, Sarah, welcome back. Lovely to have you with us once again. Remind us all about yourself, Sarah.
I'm a university administrator at the University of Greenwich. When I am not there, Russell and I dress up, hang out with dandies, eccentrics, reenactors, and get up to mischief.
Just unpack that a little bit more. So you dress up, and what do? You go and...
We promenade around town.
So there's a gang of you that dress in beautiful...
Well, it's that kind of thing of, you know, you're sitting on the train, you see somebody in a nice hat, and you go, nice hat. And then you have that connection. So you get chatting, and you find out about them. Find out what they get up to.
And they say, do you fancy hanging out?
And you go, yeah, all right.
And what sort of mischief do you get up to? Murder mysteries? I don't know.
We have our own version of the Olympic Games called the Chap Olympics, where we kind of change the rules a little. So it's not about winning. It's about the best way to compete in a gentlemanlike way. So we have cucumber sandwich discus. We have hop, skip, and a G&T. And our most well-known one is umbrella jousting. And, you know, you haven't done anything if you haven't umbrella jousted.
I have to say, I'm totally baffled by that, but I love it. I absolutely love it. Anyway, listen, good news, you're through to the next round. Doesn't matter what you score, but I have a feeling you've got a good score. Do you want to talk us through that board and fill in the blanks?
Well, Relax is Frankie Goes to Hollywood. In the Air Tonight, I think, is Phil Collins. Come Together, I'm guessing, is the Beatles. Monster Mash is one of those things that I should know, but I don't. I'm going to go with When the Going Gets Tough, the Tough Get Going, and hope it's Billy Ocean.
Billy Ocean, says Sarah. No red line, you're already through. How many people said Billy Ocean? It's a good answer, 27. Takes your total up to 51.
Well played, Sarah. Lovely way to end the round. Again, that's banned for the Gulf War.
Really? I think so. Who was in the committee for that? I think they were a little bit jumpy.
Another song that was banned was In the Air Tonight, which maybe you can sort of
I suppose.
See, maybe with some
Just
sort
the
of
Scud
missile,
missiles.
I suppose.
I guess.
And that was Phil Collins, of course. 59 points. Now, Come Together, it is not John and Yoko. It's simpler than that. It was the Beatles,
yeah.
38. That was banned because, again, it mentioned Coca-Cola. Relax was banned for the obvious reasons. That would have scored you 69 points. I mean, I pass no comment at all there. We don't want to get taken off air. Now, everyone remembers Monster Mash. You know the song. It was by Bobby Boris Pickett. And it's the best answer on the board, 9 points. Have you said that?
Why was that banned?
Too morbid.
All right, OK,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Listen, different times.
Different times. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, we are at the end of our first round. We have to say goodbye to one of our pairs. Ian and Jan, we say goodbye to you. You'll be back. You'll be back, and you'll be brilliant next time. I know that. But meantime, thank you very much. It's been lovely having you here. Briefly, but lovely. Ian and Jan. But for the remaining three pairs, it's now time for round two. Very well done, everybody. We made it through the band round. Oh, we've come out the other side. Zena, very well done to you, our lowest individual scorer. Sarah and Russell, not for the first time, our lowest combined scorers, so well done. And Eddie and Gerard, round two. Hey, what do you think of it? Nice. Best of luck to all three pairs. Our category for round two today is UK politicians. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and the question concerns UK cabinet members under a female prime minister. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 5 major political offices of state. We're looking for anybody who has filled one of those offices of state under a female prime minister, please.
Thank you very much indeed. So, as Richard says, we are about to put 5 offices of state up on the board. They will stay for the whole round. And as Richard said, we just want anybody who's filled one of those offices of state under a female prime minister. Here come the offices of state. Chancellor of the Exchequer, Defence Secretary, Foreign Secretary, Home Secretary, Lord Chancellor. Sarah. Just take your time. It's not as scary as it seems, actually, if you just take it one step at a time.
I'm just kind of going to hope that Russell can rescue me and say Nigel Lawson.
Nigel Lawson, says Sarah. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Nigel Lawson. Nigel Lawson is absolutely right. Down to 21. That's a great start to the round. Well done, Sarah.
Yeah, safe and sound Chancellor under Margaret Thatcher, of course.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Gerard, what are you thinking of?
Terror would be the most going through my head. Again, not entirely sure. I'll go for Robin Cook.
OK, Robin Cook, says Gerard. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Robin Cook. No, bad luck, Gerard. I'm afraid an incorrect answer. Not Robin Cook.
Yeah, not Robin Cook, I'm afraid. Never been a female Labour leader. Robin Cook was a Labour politician.
Thank you very much indeed. Richard. Zena.
There's quite a few I can think of. I'm going to go for Leon Britton.
Leon Britton, says Zena. Let's see how many of our 100 people went for Leon Britton. Leon Britton is absolutely right. 100's the high score, you pass that. 21's the low score, and you pass that. Down to 7. Very well done indeed, Zena.
Yeah, Home Secretary under Margaret Thatcher. At the time, is the youngest Home Secretary since Churchill.
Thank you very much. We're already halfway through round 2. Let's have a look at those scores. Zena, very well done. Best score of the pass. Yours once again, 7 there. Then we head up to 21, where we find Sarah and Russell. Then up to 100, I'm afraid, where we find Eddie and Gerard. Eddie, let's hope you've got a nice answer up your sleeve that might redress the balance and maybe keep you in the running. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, remember, we are looking for the name of any politician who served in any one of these roles under a female prime minister. There we are, Jackie. Jackie, I tell you what, if you can score 92 or less, you're in the head-to-head.
I'm going to try William Hague.
William Hague, says Jackie. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said William Hague. Here is your red line. I'm afraid not William Hague. Takes your total up to 107, but I think you're still looking pretty good for a place in the next round.
Yeah, it was Foreign Secretary, but under a male Prime Minister, I'm afraid.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Eddie. There you are, on 100. If you can score 6 or less, there will be plenty, I'm sure. Well, not plenty, but some that will be scoring 6 or less.
Gonna go with Jeremy Hunt.
Jeremy Hunt. OK, here is your red line. It's low, but it could be doable. Let's find out how many people said Jeremy Hunt. Jeremy Hunt is right. 41. 41. You never know with political questions. Sometimes they can score incredibly low, and on this occasion, not so much. 141 your total.
Yeah, Foreign Secretary under Theresa May, of course.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Russell. And by the way, you're through. Doesn't matter what you come up with, you're through.
Right, as we're through, let's take a punt. John Knott.
John Knott, says Russell. No red line, you're already through. How many people said John Knott? Is it right? It is right. Very well done indeed, Russell. Let's see where this ends up. Oh, 3. Taking your total up to 24. Well done.
Yeah, well played, Russell. There'll be a lot of people thinking John Knott because of the famous interview with Robin Day, where he walked out when Robin Day said, "You're a here today, gone tomorrow politician." And you know what? He wouldn't have scored 3 if that hadn't happened. So
Yeah.
Robin Day did him a favour there. Yeah, Defence Secretary under Margaret Thatcher. Now, there's a few pointless answers here. Let's take a look at them, shall we? David Lidington, Lord Chancellor under Theresa May. David Waddington was Margaret Thatcher's Home Secretary. Elizabeth Truss, Liz Truss was Lord Chancellor under Theresa May. George Younger was in Thatcher's cabinet, as was Lord Havers, as was Lord Mackay of Clashfern. And Tom King, who was Defence Secretary under Thatcher as well. Some other low scorers, David Gauke, Lord Chancellor under Theresa May, would have scored you 1. You'd have got 2 for Lord Hailsham, 4 for Willie Whitelaw. You'd have got 4 for Lord Carrington, 1 for Michael Fallon, who was briefly Defence Secretary under Theresa May. 3 for Gavin Williamson as well, who was also briefly Defence Secretary. 4 for Francis Pym, 5 for Penny Mordaunt and Michael Heseltine. So those are the low scorers there.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So we are at the end of our second round. We have to say goodbye to another of our pairs. Oh, Eddie and Gerard, this is where we say a final goodbye to you. It's been lovely having you on the show. Thank you so much for playing, and I'm sorry. Well, listen, you made it into round 2. I felt, you know, there were moments there when I thought maybe the head-to-head and beyond might be enticing you, but I'm afraid not. This is where we say goodbye. But thank you so much for playing, Eddie and Gerard. But for the remaining 2 pairs, it is time for the head-to-head. Well, congratulations, Sarah and Russell, Zena and Jackie. You're now 1 step closer to the final and a chance to play for this jackpot, currently standing at £5,250. Well, head-to-head means you're now allowed to confer before you give your answers. First pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that exciting jackpot.
Yeah, lovely to have Sarah and Russell back.
Yeah.
Last chance, they're very smart, though.
Yeah.
Going to be tough to beat. Can I just also pay tribute to Jackie? 2 replacement hips, you know. And, you know, to me, I respect that. I know you don't. I know to you, you get a couple of replacement hips, you're out walking up mountains and stuff like that. But I genuinely, I think it's a really classy thing. And I apologise for this guy, because it was, I think all power to you. That's my opinion. I know it's not for you.
That's not for me. Not for me. You know where I stand. Yeah. There we are. Anyway, let's play the head-to-head. Here comes your first question, and it concerns flags of countries that begin with the letter A. Richard.
What we're going to do now is we're going to show you flags of countries that begin with the letter A. What we'd like you to do is tell us what those countries are, please, or at least one of them, and score the fewest points.
Good. OK, let's reveal our 5 flags. Here they come. We have got A, B, C, D, and E. There we are. 5 flags of countries that begin with the letter A. Sarah and Russell, you're our low scorers, so you get to go first.
We're going to go for A and Albania.
Albania, say Sarah and Russell. Now then, Zena and Jackie, do you want to talk us through those other flags?
B is Argentina. C is Australia. I'm not sure about D. Could be.
Armenia.
And E could be, I'm not sure, again, it could be Azerbaijan or something like that. I think B, we'll have to go for B.
Yeah,
We'll have to go for B because we definitely know that that one is Argentina.
OK, Argentina. So we have Albania and we have Argentina. Sarah and Russell have gone for Albania. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Albania. There we are, 29 for Albania. Zena and Jackie, meanwhile, have gone for Argentina for B. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Argentina. Argentina's right. 56 for Argentina. Well done, Sarah and Russell. After one question, you're up 1-0.
Yeah, very well played. Some good flags here. Might have been worth a risk on this one. Definitely not worth a risk on C. It is Australia. It's a very big scorer. 82 points. You suggested that E might be Azerbaijan. It's not Azerbaijan. It's Antigua and Barbuda. And that would have scored you 5 points. And you suggested that D might have been Armenia. It's not Armenia. That's Azerbaijan. Would have won you the point as well. Would have scored 13.
From now on, I'm going to remember Antigua and Barbuda because that is the view through some very sunburnt legs of the beach, the beach and the sea.
Yeah.
There you are. Thank you very much indeed. OK, now, here comes your second question. Zena and Jackie, you have to win this one to stay in the game, so good luck. Our second question is all about rocks. Richard.
Yeah, 5 clues now that will lead you to answers, all of which contain the word rock somewhere.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 clues, and here they come. Traditional site of the landing of the Mayflower Pilgrims in Massachusetts. 2003 film starring Jack Black as an unconventional substitute teacher. 1980s Jim Henson TV series featuring puppet creatures called Doozers and Gorgs. State capital of Arkansas. And bird of the pigeon family with the scientific name Columba livia. I'll read those all again. Traditional site of the landing of the Mayflower Pilgrims in Massachusetts. 2003 film starring Jack Black as an unconventional substitute teacher. 1980s Jim Henson TV series featuring puppet creatures called Doozers and Gorgs. State capital of Arkansas. And bird of the pigeon family with the scientific name Columba livia. There we are. Zena and Jackie will go first.
We'll go for the fourth one down, state capital of, I think it's Arkansas, isn't it? It's pronounced
Yeah.
Little Rock.
Little Rock. Little Rock, say Zena and Jackie. Now then, Sarah and Russell, do you want to talk us through the rest of that board?
Plymouth Rock, top one. School of Rock, Fraggle Rock. Bottom one, I don't think we know. What do you want to do?
First one.
OK, we'll go for top one, Plymouth Rock.
Plymouth Rock. So we have Little Rock and Plymouth Rock. Zena and Jackie went for Little Rock. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Little Rock for Arkansas. Yes. Little Rock is absolutely right. That's a good answer. Down it goes, 25. Well done. Sarah and Russell, meanwhile, have gone for Plymouth Rock, the landing of the Mayflower Pilgrims. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock's right. Oh, wins it for you. Look at that. 16 for Plymouth Rock. Very well done indeed. Sarah and Russell, after only 2 questions, you're straight through to the final 2-0.
Very well played. There's no actual historical evidence that the Pilgrims did land on Plymouth Rock, but it's become part of American tradition that they did. They landed on the tip of Cape Cod, is where they actually landed. Now, the 2003 film...
yes, School of Rock.
School of Rock. That would have scored you 64. The Jim Henson TV series?
Fraggle Rock.
Fraggle Rock, yep. Would have scored 44. And, you know, the bird of the pigeon
I guess it's
family?
a rock pigeon.
Rock dove.
Oh, it's a rock dove.
Rock
Sorry,
dove,
rock
yeah.
dove. No.
And that is the best answer on the board. 15 points. Well done if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed. So the pair leaving us at the end of the head-to-head round, Zena and Jackie, it's you. But you're coming back. Yeah. You're coming back, and I have every confidence that we'll be seeing you in the head-to-head, and who knows, maybe in the final next time. Lovely to have you here. Thank you very much indeed, Zena and Jackie. Right, for Sarah and Russell, it is now time for our pointless final. Well, congratulations, Sarah and Russell. You've seen off all the competition, and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £5,250. Well, here's the thing. 250 of the pounds in that jackpot came from you last time you were on the show.
Yep.
It's kind of yours. It's yours for the taking there. Stephen Sondheim was your brilliant pointless answer in the first question of the last show. OK, well, very, very, very best of luck. It'd be lovely to see you take this home. Let's hope there's something up here you like the look of. Today's selection looks like this. We've got snooker, the Bronte sisters, British bugs, 2010's Oscar winners.
Your choice.
Oh. You
Your
see,
choice.
I'd be happy to take a punt on British bugs and see what happens.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
OK, British bugs.
British bugs.
There we are.
Okay, very best of luck. We're looking for any of the following, please. We're looking for the common name of any of the 63 species of UK butterfly listed on the Butterfly Conservation website, end of July 2019. Looking for any of the 26 species of UK ladybird, conspicuous UK ladybirds, again up to the end of July 2019 on the UK Ladybird Survey. Or we are looking for any of the 22 species of bumblebee on the Bumblebee Conservation Trust website. These are all the end of July 2019. That's rather nice, isn't it?
It is nice, unless you had to be standing there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
I don't like taking risks anymore.
No. OK. Thank you, Rich. As always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of your answers to be pointless. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
OK, let's put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Well, it's entirely up to you.
There's a mason bee, there's the bees that were up our chimney, which were the red-kneed bees, because I looked it up. Butterflies,
Red
there's
Admiral.
Red Admiral, which everybody will know.
Ladybirds.
We could do the 3-spotted ladybird, the 5-spotted ladybird, the 9-spotted
So what are the 2
ladybird.
bumblebees that you said?
We'll go for mason bee, red-kneed bee, and then pick a number of spots on a ladybird.
5-spotted ladybird.
Yeah. Can you think of any other kind of
I've no idea. Absolutely no idea at all.
painted peacocks?
No. I think we're good.
Are you happy?
We could argue a bit more.
We don't really know any other species of ladybird or bugs or
OK,
bumblebee.
well, if you're really happy. Sarah, are you happy?
Yes, so 5-spotted, ladybird, mason, and red-knee.
OK, well, there we are. Sounds like you've got your 3 answers. Let's just hear them again officially. Now we've got them.
Okay, so it's the 5-spotted ladybird,
OK, 5-spotted ladybird,
the mason bee,
the mason bee,
and the red-kneed bee.
and the red-kneed bee. I mean, I've already learnt 2 things.
I think that's what I Googled, but
Well,
yeah.
that's amazing. Which of those jinx your best shot at a pointless answer?
Well, I know there's definitely a mason bee, so we'll put
OK,
that at the end.
mason bee goes last. Least likely to be pointless?
Is our
5-spotted ladybird.
Yes.
OK, and then the red-kneed bee goes in the
In the
middle.
middle.
In the middle.
OK, well, let's put those answers up on the board in that order then, and here they are. We have got the 5-spotted ladybird, the red-kneed bee, and the mason bee. Who knows? Who knows? If one of these turns out to be pointless and wins you that jackpot, what would you like to do with the money? £5,250.
I'd probably have a suit made.
That would be nice.
Of course.
That would be very nice indeed. Sarah, how about you?
I would buy a very big hat with lots of feathers.
I mean, that's a very, very big hat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it just? Like a duck to go under doors.
Yeah, well, join the club.
Yeah. Well, very, very best of luck. 3 good answers, as I say. Your first answer was the 5-spotted ladybird. In this case, we were looking for ladybird species. If the 5-spotted ladybird is a pointless answer, £5,250 is yours. Let's find out how many of our 100 people said the 5-spotted ladybird. It's right. Let's just see where it ends up. Down it goes. If this goes all the way down to 0, you're leaving here with £5,250. The 5 spotted ladybirds in single figures still get passing 5, still going down to 2. 2 people.
Not bad for a guess.
Not bad for a guess.
Not
That's all
bad at all. The red need be was your second answer. If this is pointless, you leave here with £5,250. How many of our 100 people said the red need be? Oh. Bad luck. I'm afraid red need be, for one reason or another, not a bumblebee species or something like that. I don't know, we will discover eventually. So we turn our attention to the mason bee. We have to hope mason bee is right, and then we have to hope it's pointless. If it's both of those things, £5,250 will be yours. Let's see how many of our 100 people said the mason bee. Oh, no! Oh, Sarah and Russell. I'm so sorry. I thought those sounded like very plausible and highly pointless answers, and richly deserving of £5,250. I'm really sorry they didn't win. It would have been lovely to see you take that jackpot away, and I know you'd have spent it beautifully. But you just have to make do with those lovely, coveted pointless trophies that you're taking home. But well done. You've been brilliant across both shows. Thank you so much.
Yeah, they were great answers, weren't they? And it turns out it was even harder than it looked, wasn't it? Because the red need bee and the mason bee, they're not bumblebees. There's a red-shanked bee, which was a pointless answer for bumblebee. Let's take a look, shall we, first at these butterfly species. Adonis blue, brown, hair streak, dark green fritillary, the Duke of Burgundy. There's a checkered skipper, cryptic woodwhite, dingy skipper, mountain ringlet. All sorts of pointless answers there. Red Admiral was the biggest scorer there. Now, you said the 5-spot ladybird. You were talking about maybe we should just go with other numbers. 10-spot was a pointless answer. You could also have had cream-streaked ladybird, heather ladybird, and water ladybird. Funnily enough, 7-spot ladybird was the highest scorer. 2-spot ladybird would have scored you 5, and he'd have got 1 for 11-spot, 13-spot, 14-spot, and 24-spot ladybird. And let's take a look at these bumblebee species, shall we? I've got a new favourite animal, and that's the bilberry bumblebee. It's rather lovely, isn't it? Isn't that lovely? That's nice. The common carder bee, the field cuckoo bumblebee, the great yellow bumblebee. There's Barbett's cuckoo bumblebee, broken belted bumblebee. Little trousers always falling down.
Oh, poor broken belted bumblebee.
Gypsy cuckoo bumblebee, forest cuckoo bumblebee. Lots of nice pointless answers there. The early bumblebee was the biggest scorer there. Would have scored you 4 points. The early bumblebee.
Yeah.
They sort of turn up around February, just going, cat.
Where's the worm?
Has anyone seen the lavender?
Thank you very much indeed. And thank you, Sarah and Russell. I'm so sorry you didn't win our jackpot today. That'll therefore roll over onto the next show, when we will be playing for £6,250. Join us then, see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.